Good evening. Here is the wine list and a little amuse-bouche for you to enjoy. Would you like to hear the specials?
Every day, more and more road users are filming their journeys, which can often end in disaster. Pioneered by motorists in Russia and Eastern Europe, dashboard-mounted cameras are constantly recording our behavior on the roads. From the bizarre, to the ridiculous, the funny, to the downright dangerous. The thousands and thousands of dashcams around the world have captured just about every mishap you can think of. Now we're going to delve into this treasure trove of stupidity on the roads. Put things right by pointing the finger of blame. Replay the action to see what really happened. And of course, there's nothing like seeing other people's mistakes when it comes to helping us become better drivers. And please remember, on all the clips, yes, that's all the clips we show, no one, and that means no one, is seriously hurt. So drive safely. Not everyone is this lucky. Coming up on this particularly awful episode of Car Crash TV, disgraceful driving from the roads around the world that if someone had done it in Britain, I'd have banged them up myself for flagrant breaches of our hallowed highway code. Article 9.7. Before setting off, ensure that you actually know where all the controls are and how to use them.
Look at that! A totally illegal U-turn!
Article 147. Do not allow yourself to become agitated if someone is behaving badly on the road. It will only make the situation worse. Take a leaf out of my book. Pull over, calm down, and when you feel relaxed, continue your journey.
Bloody idiot! You cut me off!
The one about it always being a smashing idea to overtake when the fog is as thick as rice pudding.
You maniac!
And from horror hit, Bad Things Happen in the Dark, how to avoid getting knocked up by an irresponsible idiot on a Friday night.
I don't believe it! You idiot!
Hog, a name our American cousins have given to massive, fat, hairy pigs.
And also, by complete coincidence, the name I gave to my estranged brother after I found out about the massages he was giving my wife whilst I was away at the sales team forum in Swindon.
When you stick a road in front of it, Hog describes some of the most aggressive and unreasonable drivers out on the asphalt. Yes, folks, it's time to witness the Roadhogs. Like politicians, Roadhogs are often trying to get something done in a hurry. This clown wanted to hail a taxi to the station, but instead of doing it by the road like anyone else, he had to crash book it instead. Piggish behavior like that won't get you a cab any quicker, mate. Roadhogs don't believe in traffic signals and will simply continue at pace when they see anything red, be it a light or a small hatchback. The Roadhog is also a motoring purist, so if they see something small and green that looks like it's been decorated by a 2-year-old, they'll show their disapproval with extreme prejudice. To be fair, I'm on the Roadhog side here. Dodgy paint job, you lemon. Mortals like you and I understand that in adverse weather, you slow down, but sensible, safety-conscious behavior does not apply to the Roadhog. So when two of them meet at a snowy junction, the outcome is inevitable. 2 more off the road, though, so every cloud. As for adhering to the correct side of the road, forget about it. There's no such thing. A Roadhog chooses whichever side he wants and sticks to it, no matter what.
I mean, what the hell are you supposed to do when somebody is driving a minibus towards you on the wrong side of the road?
Also, there's a weird science fiction glitch in those woods. Wait for it. There it is. And pedestrian crossings? Do I even need to ask you what the Roadhog makes of those? Yes, they disapprove. They're on a mission to rid our roads of them. One set of traffic lights at a time. What about leaving a junction? Well, they won't wait for the tardier drivers out there, and quite right too. You're wasting that horn, mate. They don't recognize those either, unless they're the ones using it. And if they can't achieve road dominance on their own, well, they simply gang up and ensure you basically have absolutely no option to move out of their way. Blimey, 2 terrifying juggernauts coming down the road. It's not an ideal way to start the parish trip to York Minster, is it? In 1987, Wet, Wet, Wet sung about a sweet little mystery. But frankly, Marty Pello, with your silly ponytail, I don't know what's sweet about a mystery if it involves significant motor vehicle damage and potential police intervention. which is why, each week, I implore the viewers of this program to help me solve one of our increasingly perplexing crash scene investigations. This is a beautifully sunny day. A shame when it's been completely ruined by whoever's responsible for this sorry scene. Here are your suspects. Car A, the black SUV fleeing the scene. Car B, the white car up on no wheels. Or Car C, the silver SUV inspecting Car B's undercarriage. It's a thinker, this one. Let's find out. There's Car B, waiting for a gap in the traffic, and he's gone for it. But the gap was not sufficient, and whilst Car A was able to brake in time, Car C did not have such luck. But while you're under there, please feel free to check his exhaust and tire wear. There's a love. His MOT's coming up. Join me next time for more crash scene investigations. What's got 2 legs, 2 wheels, 1 brain cell, dresses exclusively in leather, and likes to be called Nicky on the weekends? Yes, my assistant Neil. Sorry? Yes, I thought she knew. I quite understand. I would just like to make it clear that Neil is not the man pictured on the cover of Leather Boys Quarterly, and legal proceedings are underway. Where were we? Oh yes, bikers. Leather. Great. Those hatless, helmeted harbingers of highway hell are back to show you how it's not done. Shoulder check for your own safety as we unleash the crazy bikers. Las Vegas, and it's all smiles. Yes, if you work in this town, you need a permanent grin, which is going to be hard for this motorcyclist because that car jumped a light big time. Car drivers, when you make mistakes like that, you're gambling with motorcycle safety. Viva Las Health and Safety, as we always say at the Runcorn Health and Safety Institute annual Christmas mixer, which is quite an event, I'll tell you. Hope Ham from accounts is back next year with the big... If you look closely at this next clip, you will see that our 2-wheeled twerp is texting on his iPhone when he rides face first into this car. I wonder what that tweet will look like. Just had an epic woo. Too many characters. Do you want to know what is more stupid than overtaking a giant lorry on a scooter on a tight winding mountain road with a passenger on a blind corner with a coach coming the other way? Nothing. Absolutely nothing, folks. I'd like to order the Lucky Escape for 2, please. Someone call maintenance. That sign's on the blink. Anyway, bikers, if you're really unlucky, a maniac driver will actually try to knock you off. Size is your friend. Find a cheeky space to nip through and leave your pursuer steaming. And his radiator too, after that crash. There's a town in Austria where a weird green car can conjure motorbikes out of nowhere. It's causing chaos. All that motorcyclists hope for is car drivers who signal and use their mirrors before maneuvering. Oh, I forgot to add that the signal and maneuver has to be in the correct direction. Details, details. Science news. Belgian car companies are coming up with more and more inventive names for their vehicles. The Veruca. Sounds sexy. They're also coming up with new ways to test the strength and safety of their vehicles. Crash test dummies are a thing of the past. Now they just pay mental motorcyclists hundreds of pounds to headbutt their bonnets as hard as possible to see how they can withstand direct contact. Okay, Kev, as soon as that headache subsides, we've got a BMW convertible with your noggin's name on it. Coming up later on Car Crash TV, we enjoy something big in big rigs, enjoy something small in just a scratch, and enjoy something obnoxious and American in stock car collisions. But first, quick stop, I know. That's because firstly, this clip has a short run-up, and secondly, I just wanted to ask if anyone knows why there is what appears to be a large battery at the side of the road. Anyone? No? Okay, I'll settle for this question instead then. What happens next? It'll hit you in the face. Welcome back to Car Crash TV. So what did happen next? Well, we're still none the wiser as to what that battery was doing there, or why it needs to be so big. But if we run the action now, there you have it. The bonnet flew up. Fairly surprising, I suppose. If you guessed that, well done. You've won my respect and admiration. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached that time in the show when we like to turn our attention away from the smaller vehicles on the roads and get all excited about the big boys. No, you're too kind. I am quite special in that department, but I'm not one to boast about it on a prestigious national television broadcast. No, I'm talking about the juggernauts of the dual carriageway, the monsters of the motorway. Yes, it's the big rigs. I've heard there are actually people who drive down motorways looking for a big rig to get their teeth into. The A23 bypass near Chichester's a good spot, I'm told. But sometimes, even a rig of modest size can have quite an effect, like here. Wow, they're huge, and there's 2 of them. Terrifying for the driver of that little hatchback, if he's okay. I know, let's check. Yes, looks like he's fine, and barely a scratch on the car. Little bit of T-cut, and it'll be as right as rain. Lovely mural on the bonnet, too. They say you should never overtake in fog, and here's why. They also say that if a big rig swerves off the road so you and your poxy car don't end up going head-to-head with a Luton van, the polite thing to do is pull over and thank him. Manners don't cost a thing, you know. They also say you should take great care when exiting a junction in fog, and here's why. Isn't Honolulu magical in the summer? Hang on, folks. We have a Yorkshire Parking News truck special. Over to Jeff.
Cheers, lad. We've interrupted your scheduled programming as we're about to bear witness to a rare treat. An articulated lorry sliding gracefully into a tight spot. And look at that, he's done it beautifully. Not something you see every day. Give that man a reward.
Okay, from time to time we have a clip on this show of such awe-inspiring impact that we need to stop the music. Sit back and take it in. Roll it! Was that it? How much did you pay that German for the clip of the piece of cardboard falling off the lorry? £200? That's you going unpaid for the next 3 weeks. That truck looks familiar. I'm getting an alarming sense of déjà vu. Neil, get my lawyer on the phone. He was paid to make sure this footage was destroyed. A gust of wind may lift that flap and reveal me in what appears to be a compromising position. Oh, what a relief. Phew, no one needed to see that again. Okay, folks, it's that time in the show when we like to hop over the Atlantic and check in with our American friends and wonder what it is they find so appealing about driving around in a circle really quickly. But we here at Car Crash TV like to throw in some extra ingredients to spice up this mundane practice that has somehow been labeled a sport. We don't care how quickly they can drive in a circle. All we care about is how long it takes them to crash. Take your place on the grid, my friends. It's time for Stock Car Collisions. Good evening, folks, and thanks for joining us in sunny Florida for today's first contenders. We're on board with the conjoined Thompson twins, Buck and Buckana, who are literally joined at the hip. These two mavericks are breaking tradition by driving in a straight line rather than a circle. Speaking of braking, they might want to think about applying them right about now. Such a shame their run is over, but they've laid down an impressive marker, and the time to beat is 22 seconds. On board now with Titus Black. Titus lists his hobbies as taxidermy, ornithology, and waffles. Interesting mix. And he's just spied a pair of great tits.
Are you actually trying to recreate the whole of the 1970s on this show?
Don't mix your hobbies, Titus. 15 seconds means you are out of this race. We're on the lookout now for Chandler Pike. A lawyer by day, he sued all of his fellow drivers for whiplash at least once, which means he's the least popular driver on the scene. Here he comes now, already moving erratically, and it's over in just 6 seconds. Is he already reaching for the neck brace? Don't tell him, Pike. Next up, we're on board with Hep Montgomery Winchester Fernandez IV. Long name, short ride, just 6 seconds. Up ahead is Big Red O'Neill. Originally hailing from the Emerald Isle, this ginger prince has been plying his trade stateside for the past 2 years. He better make the most of his chances while he's still welcome in the country, though. He's made a strong start on a busy circuit. But no, it's over for Big Red after 14 seconds, both the race and I fear his stay in our fine, fine nation. We're on the lookout now for a young newcomer, Haley Joe McAllister. As well as driving in stock car collisions, she's also peddling Girl Scout cookies, hoping to make enough to take her troop on that once-in-a-lifetime trip to the exotic beachside resort of Hartlepool, UK. And it's over for Haley Joe after just 12 seconds, but as the dream of being stock car champion dies, the dream of going to Hartlepool gets a little nearer as that van driver has signed up for 5 boxes of the mint treasures. Finally, we have Ryder Steinberg, hoping to make a firm dent in the leaderboard. Here comes Ryder now, looking quick, but no! He's collided with Finn Baxter, bringing both their rides to an end after just 8 seconds. He's made a dent okay, but not the kind he was hoping for, and Finn Baxter looks like he wants to make a dent of his own, possibly in Ryder's face. So, your winners today, defying science and speed, is the Florida-based conjoined Thompson twins. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next time for more Stock Car Collisions. What's brown and streaky and makes my wife angry? Not that nudist tanning salon addict who lives across the road. Although I do wish he'd close his curtains. No, it's drivers who can't control their braking and slip-slide all over the road, leaving horrible, dirty marks in their wake. You guessed it. Let's make a date with the Skitters.
Welcome to the 2017 Autumn-Winter Collection, and boy, oh boy, have we got some stunning pieces to show you. And just look at that catwalk spin, grace, style, and a cheeky up-close look at the back of the piece. Well, surprise, my darlings. So hot right now.
All I see online these days are youngsters talking about sliding into your DMs. Well, my direct message to those clowns is stop sliding your cars around like drunk Morris dancers just because there's an inch of snow on the road. They don't shut Finland down when there's a bit of black ice, do they? What's the clock counting down to? The end of days? Oh God, it's nearly at naught. We're all going to die. Oh wait, no. It was just counting down the time left for the next high-speed U-turn contestant. Oh God, it started again. We're all going to die. Whose lane is this? 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and this one slap bang in the middle. And then, why did he do that? How did it happen? What was he thinking doing a high-speed 180 turn? Uh-oh, larder alert. And not even a scratch on it. What are these things made out of? It doesn't snow often in Acapulco, but when it does, things go crazy. This minivan driver is literally spinning with excitement. Give that man a fish taco and a mojito. Is there anything more satisfying than pointing the finger of blame at someone? Actually, I found out there is. From that police inspector, Angela, I met on the singles holiday in Minorca. I never realized being tasered could be so stimulating. Sorry, blame. We love to blame people. So I put together a fun and factual guessing game, which will give you the self-righteous glow of superiority. My friends, join me as we play the Blame Game. And to kick us off, we have a lovely wintry scene that's about to be spoiled by these 2 cars coming together. But who's at fault for this faux pas? This is a tricky one, because I can see red lights here, here, and here, which means neither of you had right-of-way, so both of you are to blame. Oh, how satisfying. And look, an innocent observer gets a little knock too. Bonus blame. Nice quiet road, coming up to a junction. And look, another car's coming up to it too. Someone's gonna stop, right? Wrong, but who should have stopped? That is the question. Well, if we wind back a smidge, you'll see a line, albeit a faint one, that indicates our little silver friend should have stopped and given way, but he didn't. So, blame in your face, you damn fool. Welcome to Hollywood. The sign's just hiding behind that tree over there. But which of these 2 movie moguls is responsible for this box office smash? Well, if I can direct you to the top of the screen, you'll see a big juicy red light, which means the driver in the black car is our leading man. Blame to you, you daft twerp. And finally, it's dark and it's wet. The perfect conditions for a round of the blame game. And what do we have here? Well, the silver car seems to be joining from a slip road, so should be waiting for a safe gap in the traffic. And that is most certainly not a safe gap, especially in these conditions. Blame! Now get out of my sight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was your blame game. If you're going to be involved in a crash, and please people, don't try and be involved in one, that would be foolish. But if you are going to be involved in one, it's always best if it's one of the lighter ones. The tiny ding that means it's barely worth troubling your insurer. Don't give them an excuse to whack up your premiums. Yes, this means that rather than getting into a heated argument and fisticuffs with a fellow driver, you can both simply shrug politely and say it's just a scratch. Lovely chevrons, but looking at that road, the local council blew their entire budget on them, as they failed to lay down any sort of road markings to help keep these drivers in check. It's causing anarchy, and this princess has absolutely no idea how to gain entrance to her beautiful palace. Cars are written off so often on this stretch of road that someone's put up the world's biggest advert for new ones. This is better. Ample road markings. However, the distracting smell of fried chicken is in the air. It's just too tempting for some people. Mine's a family bucket. When you turn off the road to what you think is a secluded picnic spot, but then it turns out to be the house from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's best to make a swift exit, regardless of who might be in the way. Leatherface is not known for his hospitality. What the hell? A driver stopping in the correct manner to allow pedestrians to cross? World's gone mad. Bad news, viewers. A driver choosing to brake rather than plowing straight into a big hunk of tram. Is this it? Is our internationally renowned TV broadcast now ruined? Have all these drivers become health and safety professionals? Well, it's been nice getting to know you, viewers. We had a good run, didn't we? But all good things must come to an... Oh, what a relief. The idiots are back. I was worried I was going to be out of my ear then. Great news. Somebody went and crashed. Yes, this is more like it. We're in the zone now, people. Ha! You utter moron. Fancy actually stopping at a zebra crossing. Yes, I'm back! And to celebrate, a quick game of who's in the wrong lane. The guy we're traveling with or the black SUV? Yes, it was the black SUV. But to be honest, I'm more concerned about that woman who doesn't appear to be moving. Has she had that legal high? Spice?